you, Sydney. And thank everyone. Thank you all for being here tonight. I am really excited to be back here and excited to be back as a part of this wonderful, wonderful opportunity for coming together in prayer, coming together in that space of knowing our light and the fact that we are the light of God. We are that light that God is pouring forth into this space, into this world, through our heart space and through the activities that we partake in. I want to say thank you to our musical guest this evening, Penelope Williams. Thank you, Penelope, for joining us. It is a pleasure to work with you again. And many thanks to all the folks who came together to help pull this space together today. And so this week marks the 21st anniversary of the World Day of Prayer, celebrated by Unity Worldwide Ministries and Unity churches around the world. Unity teachings and principles are some of the beliefs that were instrumental in the founding of this church 3 years ago this week. Prayer and the power of prayer are at the core of these teachings. When two or more are gathered with an intention and a purpose to make a difference, to grow in compassion, in wisdom, and in awareness, to touch the hearts of others, that Christ consciousness, the Buddha nature, the divine light within is surely present and gains ever greater access to the dark spaces that seem to surround us so often. Tonight and tomorrow we join together with countless others around the world as we make an ever greater opening for that light to shine forth. Prayer is a powerful spiritual tool. Contrary to many popular uses of prayer, its most powerful use is not to get stuff. It's not for changing our circumstances. And it's certainly not for changing other people. Prayer is for each of us to gain a greater experience of the presence of our higher power, that which we usually call God, or what Lao Tzu referred to as the Tao. I frequently think of this power as life with a capital L. We pray to experience God, life, the Tao, something greater than the challenges that we face in our everyday experience. That experience is changed when we allow that force of God to flow through us and actually experience that presence. Light travels. Light travels fast and it travels far. It shines forth. It appears to move instantaneously, transforming any darkness in its path. The journey that spiritual light takes gives us the opportunity to show up and shine as God's art. That light shines through us, that spiritual light. We show up as God's work of art in this world, shining into that darkness, in order to shine as brightly and as beautifully as you can as God's art. It helps to assess a few things from time to time. It frequently helps to release a few things from time to time. And it always requires that we take some type of action. And so this evening, we're going to speak about these things for a few moments. Assessing, bless you. Assessing, releasing, that's an excellent form of releasing. Releasing and taking action. And so when we think about the word art and we look at these three letters, let's start by taking a look at the letter A, the word assess. A is for assess. And before we embark on any journey, before we begin any project, It helps to know where you are starting from. It helps to know some of your unique aspects that might be involved in the journey or in the project or in whatever it is that you're seeking to endeavor. And so when we pause to assess, given the right opportunities, what can we do? What are our strengths? What are our motivations, etc., to bring that light into the world? So we're going to pause for a few minutes, in a few moments, and we're going to think about some of these things and assess what it is we have to bring to this party. When we look at bringing greater clarity and more coherence to the light that lives within us, taking an honest and truthful assessment is one of the most powerful things that we can do. And it isn't something we do only once. Our work, our goals, our communities, our families all benefit from our willingness to look at ourselves and honestly assess who we are, where we are going, and just what it is that we stand for. There are no right answers to these questions. The answers are unique to you as an individual. All you need to do is open up to the flow of the light within you. As you sit with the questions, open up to the spark of the divine that holds all of the answers, holds all of the questions you have ever needed to ask or ever may want to ask. That divine spark holds those answers for you. And so we look at opening up to the spark of the divine that holds all of these answers. And so let us pause in the stillness of prayer for a few moments, taking this time of meditation as we assess some of the aspects of the light that we bring.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light.
And so I invite you to close your eyes for just a few moments and take a few deep breaths. Notice the blessing of the chair beneath you, how it holds you up with no effort of your own. And we breathe into this space together, creating this energy of prayer amongst us. And as we breathe into this space, I invite you to consider, what are your strengths? Open to that information from the divine, rather than rushing to an answer of your own. Breathe into the space with the question. Beloved of my heart, what are my strengths? What are my resources? I open my heart and my mind over these next 24 hours and beyond to hear these answers. What are my heart callings? Where am I drawn to serve as a light in this world? I invite you to breathe into the question, what are my motivations? What moves me to act? What moves me to refrain from acting? Continue to breathe into this space, remaining in the body, feeling the chair, relaxing and opening to ever greater questions. What is important to me? What are my values? What do I want people to say about me when I depart from this world? We continue to hold this space. Continue to breathe in this space. What connections do I have that would benefit me as a light in this world? And so just know that these answers will bubble up over this day and over this evening. Other answers will come and other questions will flow. And so now we move to the letter R. R is for release. So let's take a moment to think about release. We are the light of the world, and as such, it may behoove us to travel this journey of shining forth a little bit lighter than we currently are. It never hurts to release and to let go. And so we give thought to what kinds of things are weighing me down. As you looked at your strengths and your passions and your values a few moments ago, perhaps you began to hear the words of fear or feel the frown of doubt creep in. Perhaps you have habitual stories that tend to come up for you around these ideas. There are numerous things in life that we use as excuses for why we are not shining at full capacity. These stories can be shifted, they can be changed, they can be converted, or simply released. I don't have time can become I choose to spend my time on other things. This allows the truth to begin the releasing process for us. It's when we tell the truth. Oftentimes we get caught up in stories we tell ourselves, but when we begin to dismantle that and tell the truth, I'm choosing to spend my time on other things, then it begins to open up space for releasing that which may not be serving us any longer. Spirit is constantly inviting us to open up to the awareness of what is holding us back, and then be willing to release these things, these beliefs, ideas, and behaviors that no longer serve who we are and where we are going. Like assessing, releasing is not a one-time event. Every day our body releases that which is no longer needed, that which served its purpose, or that which is toxic. It releases it and lets it go. Spirit is offering us the courage we need to release something every single day. And so let us take a few moments again in that space of prayer and open up to the flow of light within us as we sit with the questions of release. So again, close your eyes for just a moment. We close our eyes and we take those deep breaths again, centering with that light deep within us. We hold that space within. We open up. We relax our shoulders. And we ask the universe, what am I ready to release? We tell the universe, I am ready to release that which is no longer serving me. What are my blocking stories? What stories do I tell myself that block me from shining in this world? Shining as the light that I am. Do I tell myself I'm too busy? Do I tell myself I don't know how? Perhaps I tell myself I don't have the money. People won't understand. All these blocking stories I release. I prepare myself to release them. I am willing to let go. What are your stories that block? What are your time wasters? Remember to breathe. Just breathe. No one knows but you and Spirit. Where am I wasting time? Has a little TV become too much TV? Has a little connecting on Facebook become an endless parade of 3-minute videos? It's okay. Taking a look at this level is not about condemnation, it's about awareness. Just knowing, Great Spirit, show me where I waste my time. What is the divine light within you inviting you to let go of so you might shine more brightly? What grudges and resentments are you carrying around? Perhaps from 30 minutes ago, perhaps from 30 years ago. Breathe into that space. No grudges against yourself. Just awareness, bringing awareness to what needs to be released. What are you willing to let go of? And so we come back to this room again to take a look at the letter T. T is for taking action. All of the best intentions, all of the workshops, all of the books we read, and all of the Oprah classes mean little or nothing until you take some sort of action. Real action. Ongoing, persistent action. If you think you have to do some great, big, huge thing to make a difference in this world, realize that this is just a story you are telling yourself to give yourself permission to do nothing at all. Big differences are made up of small, determined actions, often from many different sources. So we as individuals don't have to carry the whole load. And a lot of times we make it great, big, giant, and huge, and then we back down in fear. A course change of a few degrees can put an airplane in a completely different state than the original course was laid out for. Small, little, incremental changes. We are the light in this world. You are God's art, God's light, shining as an active principle. Where are you called to shine? How might you shine more brightly where you are right at this moment? Recall some of your strengths, your resources, and your passions and interests that came up a few minutes ago. Where do you want to be a light in this world? Where could you shine tomorrow? Once again, we'll step into that prayerful space, that energy of contemplation. Let's open up to the divine light within. And so we close our eyes this final time. Breathing in, we consider. And we state the affirmation, I am willing to open up to my full potential. Where am I drawn to shine my light? We breathe into that question. Where am I drawn to shine? Where can I take action? And again, knowing the safety of this space and this room and this chair that holds you up, we ask, what areas of my world are darker than they need to be? Waiting for my particular light. What is one thing I can do today, tomorrow, to shine in my world? And we breathe with these questions for a few moments. Taking action. What information do I need to gather to make an informed difference? What change in myself can I make right now and put into play tomorrow? Who can I call on to support me and help me hold accountability as I change within myself and push my comfort zone in order to show up and make a difference? Who can I call for support? Am I willing to make a commitment to myself and to my higher power to show up and shine?
Open, sweet soul, to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am the light of this world. I am the light, I am the light. I am the light of this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine. And I shine so bright. Can you join me? I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light in this world. Yes, we are. wedding in a new village. We shine and we shine across the miles. We shine so bright. We shine, we shine, we shine.
And so we are called to show up and shine. You are a light in this world. You are God's art. Show up and shine. To help you go deeper into these areas of assessing, releasing, and taking action, we have prepared a labyrinth for walking these next hours of tonight and into tomorrow. We have 3 altars around the sanctuary here for contemplation, prayer, and meditation work. We have an altar over here to my right. This is our assess altar. And on that altar, you will find guided meditation questions. You will find a mirror for gazing into, looking into your soul to assess your strengths, your purpose, your values, and all the things we looked at. On that altar, there are also some cards and some pens. You can take a card and write down some of the things that come to your mind as you're sitting in that place of assessing your strengths and your values and your purposes in life. Here in the front of me, we have an altar for releasing. R is for releasing. And on this altar, again, you'll find a mirror for gazing into, looking into your eyes, and asking yourself the questions. Again, there's a page with guided meditation questions, and there's a wonderful bowl of water and some little slips of paper. These little slips of paper are magical slips of paper. You write a few words that you wish to release, something that represents what it is. If it's a great big giant story, just put a little X mark on there that represents the story that you're releasing. And then drop that piece of paper into the bowl of water, give it a little stir, and it will dissolve. So we release and we let go. And then we have to my left the altar for taking action. Again, there's a mirror there to gaze into, look into your soul, and ask yourself, where do I need to take action? Where do I want to take action? Where do I want to shine? There are some candles there. Once you've had your quiet meditation time there, again, there are guiding questions to work with. Once you've had that time, feel free to light a candle and add it to the plate of other candles that represent those who have been there before you. Be with that light and notice how the light increases as you add your candle to it. We are a light in this world. As Melanie mentioned earlier, the sanctuary will be open this evening until 10 o'clock and will open again tomorrow between 12 noon and 7 p.m. Then tomorrow evening we will have a brief guided meditation and closing for this 24-hour World Day of Prayer. And so let us pause one last time in prayer this evening as we join together in words of prayer and stillness and love. Beloved presence of light, life, and love, we come before you within our hearts and within this world. We pause to take this time to learn more of who we are, to stand in this glory of who we are, to be more of the light that you wish us to be. We know that your presence within us shines forth and shines brightly, and so we offer our hearts open to grow in coherence and to grow in that space of light and love. We give thanks for the opportunity to come together in prayer, to support one another on our paths of growing and on our paths of service. We give thanks for this sanctuary, for this wonderful church, and for all those whose lives we touch throughout the day with this powerful knowledge, teaching, and understanding of showing up in the world. Beloved Spirit, we ask that you flow more fully through us, that you touch this church deeply. And we stand in this place of gratitude. We hold this place in our hearts. We say, thank you, Spirit. And so it is. Amen. And so thank you for joining us this evening. I hope that you, each and every one of you, have a blessed, blessed World Day of Prayer and a blessed night before you. Thank you and good night.